Okay, I think we're live. All these new systems. It looks like going live from a computer with Facebook has changed a little bit, and I am going to learn what that looks like. Happy April 1st, everyone. Listen, I thought it very fitting to say I'm not fooling around. I'm really coming live. This really is the plan, and we have all the tools. So it's 12:33, and we got a lot to talk about, a little bit to clear up and clean up from the announcements that were made earlier today, and we're going to do just that. And we're going to get focused, and we're going to start taking massive action today. We're not going to wait. We're going to take it today. We're going to take the momentum that many of you have been texting me about since yesterday, and we're going to build right into April and keep that rolling. You know, interesting, when there are many challenges, there are also many opportunities, and we have many opportunities in front of us, as well as tools to help equip us to get it done. So go ahead, jump on. I'm so excited to see you. The comments are in a little bit of a different place than they normally are, and so if it looks like I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm checking out some comments too. But I'm excited. We got a lot to accomplish, and best to hear it in person. So get your teams on this live, share it into your group pages. Tag that person or two on your team that you want to make sure that they do not miss. And then don't just tag them, don't just share it. Text, inspect what you expect. If you have at least one person on your team and you expect them to be on this call, then I want you texting them saying, hey, don't miss it. It's live right now. Obviously, they can watch the replay, but there's something special about watching it live. Ooh, look at all the comments rolling in. Barb Hauser, I see you. How's Canada doing today? Lauren Murphy. Oh my gosh, you're right. So many good things. So we need to unpack that now. Jade just texted me that same thing. Jordan, good to see you. And oh my gosh, everybody's just filling right up. That's amazing. We've got some housekeeping we're going to take care of right now, but we are also going to we're also going to be referring to the April game plan. So if you have not printed this yet from your eSuite, make sure that you do that. This is there for you as kind of a framework to make sure you are taking care of business. And listen, I put as the title, to whom much is given, much is required. Y'all, I just finished listening to Craig Groeschel's first part of his How to Lead in Uncertain Times, or in these, in this crazy time. And I can't wait for the part 2 to come out. Many things of which I've already, known, thought of, heard in other leadership development type spaces, but also have experience in other areas that I faced uncommon or first time challenges. But there was some great insight also, and just fresh reminders. And I think one of the things is, we're not all being impacted by the same way. Yes, it's the same storm, but we're all being impacted differently. As a matter of fact, Furtick said a couple weeks ago, it's the same storm, but all of us have a different transportation in the storm, right? Some of us are in a kayak, some are on a floaty, some are in a battleship, some are in a yacht, and that's just the reality, is we're all traveling this storm in a different vehicle. And I say that to say, because it helps us to be compassionate for what's going on around us. But I certainly feel this incredible responsibility. Melody and Blair say this all the time. We're not being a good steward of what we've been given if we're not sharing it with others. And I believe we have a responsibility right now to share with our fellow world, the countries that we're open in, Americans here in the US, Canadians, all the countries we're open in, what we do have a solution for the season that we're in many ways, from the health side of things to the need for flexibility and time freedom, kids being home, got to stay home. We're in the quarantine season, can't travel, so on and so forth, and many that have lost their jobs. And I know some of you're sitting pretty because you have this residual income business. Nobody joined It Works thinking one day there's going to be an epidemic and I'm going to need residual income in case I lose my job, or so on and so forth. But you know what? Praise God you did. And that reminds me of how often we say why you join this business isn't usually the reason you stay or you continue to cherish this business. One of the things I'm grateful for today, and I want to see what y'all are grateful for. I want to see what y'all are grateful for right now. I'm grateful for all the personal development I've done on time management, because now that I'm homeschooling 3 kids and running a multi-bazillion-dollar business, that time management skills are really coming in handy. Also, leadership development. Y'all, we do have an pandemic out there right now with the coronavirus that we are all in this season of. But you know what? There's also a fear pandemic that's going around right now. And we can stop that. We can control that. I'm not saying there might not be reasons to be afraid or sad, but that doesn't mean we have to live out of that sadness. We have to live out of that fear, because fear is contagious, but so is confidence, resolve, determination, focus. That is contagious. And that's what we're going to focus on right now. What we can do, not all the things we can't control, but what we can control right now. And Mark just gave us several tools for our toolbox to help us get it done. It is $99 to join us. It works right now. It's $99 here in the US. Obviously, markets vary, dollars vary. And as we talk about some of the things that were announced, we know that the products being offered in the Pick 2 varies per market on the products that they offer. We know that that the drawing for the $5,000 and 50 winners, that's like in every one of our markets. And so that's very, very exciting that when you sign a loyal customer, you get into a drawing and you can take advantage of that. So many of you have texted me, oh my gosh, where do I focus? What do I do? First of all, I just want to emphasize a few things. We just went on an absolute recruiting frenzy, and many of you have been texting me, holy moly, I didn't even see this kind of momentum coming out of conference, but right now it is happening. And I would say, let's make sure we don't miss any opportunities in this moment of all those new people that just joined us. What does that say to me? Right now, y'all need to be scheduling and devoting time to launching those new distributors, not just living on the numbers game of some will, some won't, who cares? Don't forget, you have a responsibility of impacting 80% of those. So we as a company are going to do our part. Amber Parker is going to be live tonight, launching all new distributors through a Power Hour format that we're excited to bring to you. It's a real basic. It's not confusing, but it'll help them get a few small wins. So if you've got new people, you want to get them on that at 9 o'clock tonight. I know there'll be a Connect app push reminding you of that, but that will be happening tonight, and it will be a filled out, sold out space. So make sure your new people get on it, and make sure you have a plan for new people. And if you don't have a plan, I'll give you my plan. I'll put it on the leaders page, the Exploding to Emeralds page, the Diamond and Double Diamond page. I'll give you my plan, and we'll start executing that together. Listen, when I hear the amount of the sampler codes here in the US not being used, I realize there's a lot of people not getting paid, and those are missed opportunities. The new person isn't earning on their coffee cash. The enroller isn't getting their fast starts. The new person isn't getting their $50 bonus money or their $150 shopping spree. The enroller isn't getting their cab bonuses. Guys, we all want to get paid. We can agree on that. And so let's help every single one of us maximize every bit of this. And we know that people don't have a muscle for building their own business. And so it is going to take some hand holding. It is going to take some equipping. And so I would say more now than ever, weekly, regular launch power hours with your people, coming into their living room with a couple of their guests on a live. Great. I love that idea. We can't get there sipping and sampling right now. Making sure they download Connect and send that first sample right away. Get a win. Make $20. Start earning the cash back. I mean, I talked to Brianne Burtnish yesterday, and she's right. If your tagline isn't join this business for free, then I don't know that you realize the benefits and all the money they kick back. They can put cash in their pocket and make profit with that initial sign up. Then how are you inviting people? And that reminds me, where's Cheyenne Knox? I'm sure she's on here live with me. Her and I are going live tonight at 8 o'clock, and we are gonna bring it. We're gonna help your people get a vision of what It Works is, and we're gonna close them for you. So you just need to get them there. Even if you don't know what to say, let me tell you what to say. Send the message right now to someone you wish would join your business and say to them, have you seen what I've been doing? Have you seen what I've been doing? Just start the conversation. Send it through Messenger, send it through direct message, send it through text message. Pick up the phone and say, have you seen what I've been doing? Now, if you're not using social, maybe they haven't seen. But you know what? The answer back is going to say, no, what have you been doing? I've joined this home-based business. It's been a great way to make money during this season, and I would love to have you just take a look. just take a look. Join me at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to listen in as a couple people share their story and what this business is doing for people. It's that simple. It is that simple, but it requires you to have 10 seconds, 20 seconds of insane courage, and it will change your life. It's one of my favorite quotes. I just should not get it wrong. Okay, you guys, I'm seeing all the messages coming in. I love this. All right, so, I want to make sure that you guys know that right now, all things getting new distributors started, as well as list building, is high priority. What do I mean list building? Okay, if we just went on a recruiting frenzy, what about all the people that have never built their business online and maybe they don't know how to build their list at home from their computer? What about all the people that have never reached out and asked for a referral before, or they're not using Host-to-Post? You should be teaching them now, because we got to keep our pipelines full as we want to keep building our teams. And then the third thing is obviously loyal customer gathering frenzy. And so do some power hours where you guys are gathering loyal customers. And, we could sit here right now and talk about the challenges of signing up loyal customers, the fear of the unknown. But remember, you guys, just as much as fear is contagious, so is confidence. We know the stimuluses are being paid out, but we also know that people aren't stopping drinking coffee during this season. And so why not get coffee delivered to their door? And they can do that through us. They don't have to expose themselves to germs or put anybody else in, in a compromised place by having things just delivered to their door. And so use that to our advantage and gather those customers. And some won't, but you're not looking for the ones that don't. You're looking for the ones that do. And so that's what you need to be talking about right now. If I were you and you're brand new and you're watching me now, by the way, if you haven't tagged your new person to join us yet, this might be their first month with us, so their first exposure to a coaching call. Right now, I have an assignment for you. Write down 7 people that drink coffee. 7 people that that drink coffee. Write down 7 people that would bring you chicken soup if you were sick and you needed soup. Write that down. And I'm speaking to you new people. For those of you that don't have a new person yet, write this down so when they join, you can tell them to do this. And then write down 7 people that either just lost their job or they're looking for money right now because of everything that's happening right now during this season of quarantine. So write those names down, because right now you're building your list. You're writing down the people that you can actually start connecting with and talking about the products and the business and seeing which path they want to go. And 7 people that drink coffee. Maybe they love their coffee. Maybe they realize right away that if their coffee isn't doing more than just waking them up in the morning, that they should try ours. But those could be potential people you sell samples to if they're not ready to become customers yet. Because we know once we get it in their hands and they try a day or two, they'll never go back. And so start making the cash back on your investment of that business builder kit. And for those of you that are not here in the US and you don't have the digital sample, you can still send samples to people that are not ready to commit full on yet. You can send those in the mail and help them get started by testing the product before they actually become customers or distributors, because we know it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. All right, I see so many comments. I'm loving it. And I love seeing so much of the support as we rally together. You might have heard me say this on the call with Mark and Kyler and Mike, but we've always said the fortune is in the follow-up, but there's never been more fortune in the follow-up as there is right now with how we are incentivizing customers to get started with us, whether they be getting a few of the products at the pick 2, whether they double or triple up on that and take advantage of the free ship. And even for those whole nother level customer purchasers, they get the 10% off if they spend more than $200. So I love that. I love that you can layer all those things and use that to your advantage. And again, it's going to help all things get paid out, maximizing every bit of the benefits for a new distributor and for the enroller. Now, keep in mind, we do have a drawing, and we know cash is king, and we are doing cash drawing on the 13th of April for those of you who gather customers. And so have some contests within your pages, daily getting one customer. And imagine how all your new people get to double dip and take advantage of that benefit and help them get their new people right out of the gate. Maybe you have a power hour today where you help everybody on your team do a couple Host-to-Posts to start gathering those customers and building their businesses. Some of you might be saying, when you say fortune has never been more in the follow-up, what do you mean? Well, we know that right now, whether you follow up with people that have been interested before and just haven't said yes, people that have been ordering, but they're not ordering right now, when they begin ordering this, they can keep it on auto ship as long as they buy it. You guys, to get even just 2 of the Skinny Brews, what an awesome deal. And if they stay ordering that because you know they want and drink their coffee every day, they're going to get to take advantage of that incredible price well beyond this promotion period. So that's great, because it's going to not just help you bring in more customers, it's going to help you retain your customers. And we know that is huge for us. Okay. I need to break down a couple things. I need to look at, okay, so one thing I did want to talk to you, Kyler and Mark both kind of touched on this, but you guys, obviously there's a lot of things happening without our control. We've been able to keep shipping. We've been able to not have too much outages yet, but that doesn't mean there couldn't be, especially because I'm thinking people are going to be stocking up like crazy, because we just don't know what tomorrow holds. And friends don't let friends run out of Skinny Brew. Friends don't let friends not have Reds to keep their health at optimal levels. And so I wouldn't say this is a time to just barely have enough product to get by. It would be time to have extra. And then I would also tell you that the minute we do have outages, we will get those back in very, very quickly. We're battling hard out there with you with all the cards we're being dealt, right? So something to keep in mind. I will say with Philly and Nashville, Philly, Nashville, Montreal, all those various events not happening, we are going to be coming out with some new training strategies to make sure people are staying close to the fire and feeling connected. And so you'll be seeing some of that come out, whether it's special invite only to certain Zooms, and various Zooms we'll be putting on as a field to continue to equip and raise the confidence and education of the people within our teams. I will say this, I talked to you a minute about how we're all going through the same storm, but we don't all have the same, we're not all in the same boat. Does that make sense? Some of us are in a battleship, some of us are in a yacht, some of us are in a speedboat, some of us are in a kayak, others are sitting barely floating on a raft that's hanging together. And some of us even have floaties. That's it. We just got that plastic float that, you meant to throw away, or a noodle. But I say that because if we are not thoughtfully building our business right now, that's where we're not going to win. And that's not who we are. I mean, this isn't about like, how can I take advantage? This is how can I steward well what I've been given and has been such a blessing in my life. And so when I think about that, I'm not thinking about greed. I'm thinking about how can I serve? How can I support? And, if you've never read that book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect, more now than ever, we need to put the person first and the business will follow. We need to put nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You need to care first, and then you can support them with health products and a great business opportunity. But that comes with great relationship skills. And Tiffany and I did a color personality Zoom earlier this week. It's on my Facebook if you want to just scroll up. I believe it's also on YouTube because we try to put them there so you can easily find them. But knowing people's personalities and what the strengths are and what the weaknesses are of those personalities is going to help you connect even better. I was talking with a local girl here and she's like, should I be talking to everybody on my team every week? And I said, yes, you're not yet diamond. There's no way you shouldn't be. And just how you doing? How are the kids doing? Sending notes, sending texts of thoughtfulness. You guys, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And while we sell the most amazing coffee products, weight loss products, health products, our number one product is our people. And in a time like this, where fear is just as much a part of this pandemic as coronavirus is, we absolutely need to be putting people's feelings first. And if that's not something that you are naturally gifted at, that doesn't mean you can't be. And so, I'll never forget Brandon Walsh. I picked up the phone, hey, blah, 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 got all these things. And he'd say, good morning, boss. How you doing? How can I, oh yeah, good morning. How you doing today? And that wasn't even in a time of pandemic. And I believe, sometimes I can speak as a red. we're so focused on what we want, we forget about, what the other person might be experiencing on the other line. And if you had called me last week, Wednesday, or 2 weeks ago, Wednesday, when Skylar was bawling her eyes out about homeschooling setup and systems, and her lack of knowledge and fear and just frustrations, I would have been crying too. And that wouldn't have been a day where I probably would have handled things well. And so you just need to be thoughtful about what might be happening on the other end of that line. People, and can I just talk to all you leaders, or all you that are full-time with It Works right now? If that's you, give me your favorite emoji, because I'm talking to you right now while your family may be full-time with this business and you may not have the fear financially that a lot of people carry out there. That doesn't mean your newbies who are just getting started or only making a little, like a couple $100, even $500 or $1,000 a month, doesn't mean that the weight of their business can carry the weight of the entire household financial commitment yet. And if one of their people are losing a job, or they're, somebody's sick in their home, or their kids are home and they're getting that whole rigmarole under control, we just need to be real thoughtful more now than ever. And it just reminds me of, John Maxwell has that incredible book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. And, I'm thinking of the Dale Carnegie, how to influence in this digital age. I think we just need to be more conscious of that than ever. Okay. All right. So, build those relationships, especially with all those new people. Oh my gosh, there's never been a better time to have some real fun hangouts online so people can get a glimpse of who we are, and they can't go out anywhere anyway. So why not have teen time, not just power hours, but teen time, have mocktail hours, where they're drinking their favorite collagen reds, greens, coffee, and having fun, drinking it out of a wine glass, maybe, but let's show who we are beyond just this awesome vehicle that we have for people. And I know that's where we're going to win. I will tell you this right now. There's never been a better time for people to join the business, and there's never been a better time to have someone's attention. And so I know we're talking about customers, and I know we're talking about building the list and continuing to build the business, but keep in mind, you should be consistent on social media and consistent with your income producing activity that you're recruiting, that you're sharing this business and this opportunity. Even if they don't do it long term, remember, get them involved and let them evolve. They may not see the more bonus yet, but after they get involved and they get a few wins, all of a sudden they're like, you know what, I should go for that diamond more bonus of $15,000. Why not me? Why not now? But a lot of times it just takes them getting involved before they can even start looking that long term. I do want to remind you that It Works From Home website is replicated for you, and we're doing those live business pitches every day from noon and 8, Monday through Saturday. And so make sure you're plugging into those and getting new people on. And we're engaging with the live audience. That's been fun. And we're getting a little bit more creative and having a lot more fun. You'll see that continue to evolve, from opt-ins on the It Works From Home to, reminders they're sent, like, hey, the call's going to start, so don't forget. And I love, it's such an excellent tool to work smarter, not harder. I'm looking at all my notes. I'm trying to keep an eye of some questions, as well as sometimes my team. Okay, so let me look. Oh, I do want to just add something here while we're all together. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. This free ship over $99 and the save 10 both impact BV. They impact the BV. And so just be aware of that as you're running numbers and build into that next promotion. I want you to know the stories every night at noon, or every day at noon and 8, they're new stories, fresh backgrounds, fresh personalities. And so it'll keep it mixed up. And I will tell you, there will be one happening this month with Dr. Nassif. So we'll be getting that information out to you. But Dr. Nassif and Kinsey are going to do a live at one of our noon slots. So that'll be fun. All right. So, I want you to know that, all right, apparently I lost that sheet. I think we've covered everything from a logistical standpoint. I told you there's never been a better time to follow up and to get, fortune is in the follow up. And this daily 6 list, guys, you're hearing me say it online when we're talking about routine and curriculum for the homeschool reality. The same goes with our business. And, maybe you're new to this business and time management is not your friend yet, but I am telling you, if you don't have a plan, you might as well plan to fail. And even if that plan doesn't work initially, change it up, but you won't know if you don't try. And so if you've never heard of what we call the daily 6 list, the 6 things you need to do for your business right now, leaders, do me a favor, help equip people with knowing the top 6 things they need to be doing every day for their business. Those that are just here part-time and those that are here for the full-time and beyond. We all need to have that 6 list in place and written down, especially with a schedule that collides with kids being home, spouses being home. Maybe it's not the kids, maybe it's a spouse that's not at work that maybe wants to jump in and help you with your business, but having that plan will help you be that much more effective. And that intention will go a long way. So yeah, make sure you print off the game plan, go through that. There's some scripts in there that you can use and a tracker to make sure you're completing your steps for the month of April. 6 customers, 3 distributors, teaching your team to do the same thing. Guys, I'm excited. Lots in front of us. Communication is key right now and taking massive action. And if it were me, as much as I schedule for my kids' play dates and lunch times and get up and stretch your legs space from their schoolwork, I would also be doing those same sorts of planning for my team. I would make sure there's some power hours for building our list, power hours for launching new distributors, power hours for the key fundamentals we believe, whatever your team, if it's host to post, if it's live group hangouts for recruiting and or getting people as customers, make sure those things are scheduled for your team. Remember, many of them are here brand new and they don't know what they don't know. And that's why we love the fact that you're building a business for yourself, but not by yourself. And let's make sure we have some of those things in place. Oh, all right. I think that's all there is, folks. And we kept that to about 30 minutes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lots out there, lots on the table. Use it to your advantage. Build lists, launch new distributors, and keep building that pipeline and getting new people involved. That's how we win. All right, you guys, have a great day, and I will see you again tonight. You're gonna get a whole lot of me today. I'm gonna see you tonight at 8 o'clock with my buddy Cheyenne Knox. I love her story, so inspirational. And if you know any young people, even in high school that are 18 years old, you're going to want to get them in front of Cheyenne tonight. Think of all the young people that have lost jobs and college students. And so think of all the people that you know that need to hear that story. And then I'm a former school teacher, basketball coach. And I couldn't imagine going back to school and raising everybody else's kids while somebody raised mine. And I'm telling you, I've got a story today that will resonate with a whole lot of people out there that are wondering what tomorrow's going to look like. And so get them on that call. And yeah, that'll be a good time to connect. Also, I'm doing coffee chats every morning. And my goal is just to give you positive energy, proper perspective, and encourage you as you start out your day. And so make sure you join me each morning on Facebook around 7:30 a.m. as I go live to encourage you and just be of service as we go through this season. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you tonight. Okay, bye.